Clytus, I'm bored. What plaything can you offer me today?
An obscure body in the SK system, Your Majesty. The inhabitants refer to it as
the Hell-Ming Power Hour.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No, really. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Well, that's it. I filled all my time. Boy, do we have a show for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Rik and Danny from the Hell-Ming Power Hour are here. That's right. It's a special show as these guys are celebrating their 1-year anniversary. I did not know that. 1 year of the Hell-Ming Power Hour. That's wild. That's some weird, wild stuff. I did not know that. Do you guys listen? Wow. That's wild. That's some weird, wild stuff. Ed, are you a fan of the Hell-Ming Power Hour?
Hi-oh!
Well, I did not know that. Ed's a big fan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a big show for you. Lots to discuss with Rik and Danny. So without further ado, the Hell-Ming Power Hour 1-year anniversary special.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hell-Ming Power Hour. And we have a very special episode for you because this is our 1-year anniversary. And I'm one of your hosts, Rik. If you haven't listened to the show before, you've picked a perfect time to come in and check out what this show is all about. As always, I've got my partner in crime, Mr. Danny Bennett.
Hey, everybody. And like Rik said, this is our anniversary. It's been 1 year of fun movies, 1 year of great guests, and 1 year of all kinds of crazy wackiness. We have extras and skits and songs and just movie reviews of things that we have grown to love. So if you're a new set of ear holes, then we're glad to send information your way. And if you're expecting, commentary and thoughtful analysis, this might not be the place for you.
You're on the wrong show. Sure. If you're a new bunch of ice holes, you found the right place.
Ice holes.
All right. So stick around, you bastages. We'll be right back.
Welcome one and all to Good Morning Mongo. Today we are honored to have a very special guest, the Emperor of the Universe, Ming the Merciless. Emperor Ming, welcome. We are delighted to have you.
We are delighted to hear it. Fall on your sword.
Maybe in a bit. We have a show to do. I would like to talk to you about one of your projects. Can I talk to you about the Hail Ming Power Hour?
Of the hour, yes.
Would you say it's the best show in the universe?
Certainly.
And I understand you have an announcement that you would like me to read to the audience.
I do.
So to celebrate 1 year of Hail Ming Power Hour broadcasting, we are having a contest where the winner gets an autographed copy of the Life magazine that has Ming the Merciless on the cover.
You pitiful fool. My life is not for any earthling to give or take.
Okay. The magazine is off the table. What is the price then?
Ming the Merciless, ruler of the universe, here and now, offers a kingdom of Mongo to rule over as his own.
Wow. Okay, people, we've got a show. All you have to do is write an essay.
Clytus, I'm bored.
No essay then?
No.
Talent contest.
No.
Fight to the death on a spiked platform?
No.
Okay then, I'll tell you what. The third caller in...
Later. I like to play with things a while before annihilation.
Okay, I'll make that the fifth caller in is the winner. Hello? Hello, you're on the air. Did I win? You're the winner. Oh, wow. What's your name? Mike Lizard Man.
Halt, Lizard Man.
Not to judge, but I think that may have been against the rules of the contest.
I judge that system dangerous to us. I call upon the great god, Daizan, and for his greater glory, and our mutual pleasure, I destroy it utterly.
I want to thank Emperor Ming for joining us, and to all our loyal listeners.
Show us this loyalty. Throw yourself onto your sword.
Okay, Ming. Okay. See you next time. Hopefully.
All right, folks, we thought we'd do something different, being that this is the anniversary episode, and we're actually going to walk through the last year in movie reviews that we did. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't listened to the show before, this is a perfect place to jump in and learn about a whole bunch of movies that possibly you haven't seen, but you definitely need to check out. So our approach is we're going to give you the top reasons for each movie, elaborate just a little bit, but just look at what we've done in the past year and just take a romp.
That's right. And, I was just counting up the movies, and it's a fool's errand. Just pay attention, and we'll go through every episode. Most of our episodes are 2 movies at a time. I think only one of them is 1 movie, and top reason to watch the movie. Now, it might not be the best thing about the movie. It might just be the thing that stood out to us that made this movie awesome.
Right.
That's kind of how we roll.
That's what we do. The scenario is for us is we're used car salesmen. We're trying to get you to check this movie out.
And what's it going to take to get you into this movie today?
Right. So going all the way back, do we need to take the time machine back to the first of the year to get through this?
It seems like it's been a long year. We might have to go back to the beginning of it just to get our bearings.
All right. We're gonna set the time machine here to last year this time. Here it goes.
Okay. I'm holding on this time.
Yeah. Don't hang your head out the window this time.
I lost my list. G-forces.
Ah, 1 year ago.
Hey, what happens if we run into ourselves?
69 dudes.
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
Hail Ming.
Let's just jump right into it. So we're back at the beginning, episode 1, movie 1.
Which is
The best movie ever made?
Smoking a Bandit 3?
Hail Ming.
Krull.
Krull, man.
What's your first reason, Rick?
Besides the obvious fact of just because it's the coolest movie ever made, because it's Krull, the reason I say to go check it out is because of the changelings, man. I think the changelings are scary.
Oh, yeah. They get hit, they go into the ground, they become
the way they look with the eyes when they get killed, everything about them is just scary.
And then there's the Slayers, which are kind of like the changeling, the body of this like automaton soldier with a spear that shoots bolts of energy. My first reason and my top reason for watching Krull is the Fortress of Darkness. This appears every evening and reappears somewhere else every morning. You can't attack it. It's a great place for your bad guy to dwell. It's also the body of the creature, the beast that's in it.
Folks, you got to check out Krull.
Got to check out Krull. So next movie from episode 1 was Dragon Slayer.
Yes.
All right, so my first reason for watching Dragon Slayer is Valerian, the girl who dresses as his homeboy so she's not in the lottery for the dragon virgin sacrifice. She goes to find the wizard. She builds a dragon scale shield.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's a fighter and she's an awesome character. And she's underwater in that first scene too. That's part of it.
Oh, they're angry and happy all at the same time.
So was I. It's confusing.
It's so confusing. Well, the number one reason for me, man, the dragon is amazing. I still put it against any dragon that's come out since. I think it's just incredible. It still looks fantastic. And, that's what the movie's built around. There's a lot of great characters in this movie. It's paced well, but without the dragon, it's a no-go.
There's no denying that the dragon in Dragon Slayer is amazing. Right. And especially considering the time, those effects still hold up today.
It's just a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie. Whether or not you watch it for Valerian or whether you watch it for the ancient red dragon, watch Dragon Slayer.
Right. So that brings us to the next episode, which is episode number 2, where we covered the movie that we almost named the show after, Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble. Talking about Big Trouble
in Little China. So, what's your number one reason, man?
My top reason for watching Big Trouble in Little China for anyone, young or old, is the 3 storms.
Incredible.
I got the 3 magical henchmen of the bad guy, and it's rain, thunder, and lightning, and they are amazing. They're super cool.
Totally agree. And there's enough mystery there that you're like, how do you fight somebody with those abilities? It's Big Trouble in Little China, man. This movie is just magic. And like we said, we almost named the show after this movie. We love it so much. It's where we really meet as far as movie fans. My number one, I know it's cliche, Jack Burton, man. It was a toss-up. I was thinking David Lopan, but Jack Burton, the one-liners, the way he acts, Kurt Russell's just perfect. He is Jack Burton.
What about Eddie and Uncle Chew?
Absolutely.
It's definitely worth a watch. It's got a lot of love too. So, it's not like something that's out in the periphery. People are talking about it still. And so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep. It should be a must watch. We paired that one up with another favorite that's not as loved, The Golden Child.
That's right. The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. It came out around the same time, and apparently they were competitors. We didn't know that. But my top reason for watching The Golden Child is Sarda Noomspa, the demon who is the bad guy in that, looking for the cross dagger of Ajanti.
Yes.
He's a British villain, bad guy, and at the end he transforms into a giant demon, and he's super cool.
My original pick was the whole fight at the end where he turns into the demon. But when I specifically think of this movie and when I bring it up to people, this is what I always hear. So I picked a scene, which is basically when he goes into the temple, and it's the whole I want the knife. That whole scene is what.
Yeah. Thought for a minute you were going to bring up butt cake, but with cake all over it.
That is in there.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy kind of breaks loose on a couple of scenes. You know, we were looking into it, and we found out that they were going to try and give these roles to some action heroes, and they ended up with Eddie Murphy, who does a great job, and his comedy is on point.
Yep.
So yeah, check out The Golden Child if you haven't heard about it.
It's such an odd movie, but it's a lot of fun. Heavily 80s dated for sure, but I just love that movie, man. After that, episode 3. We broke into Flash Gordon.
Ming decreed that no other movie shall stand with Flash Gordon. So, who are we to argue? My top reason for watching Flash Gordon, and it's not the vivid red and gold sets. It's not Max von Sydow's Ming the Merciless. Those things definitely deserve mention. But my reason is the telepathy scene where he's talking to Dale, and Princess Aura is getting busy on him, and he's talking to her, and she's reading his thoughts. It's a great scene. It's hilarious.
Yeah, a little CB radio kind of commentary going on while she's all knucking on him and
this
stuff.
This girl's really turning me on. Over.
Hang up, somebody's coming.
Yeah, it's some of the comedy that they were trying to thread into the movie, and I think it works really well.
To me, this is one of those two where you could just go on and on of the originality of this movie, even though it's really tightly based off the comic and the cereal that came out before. Not cereal like in a box, cereal movies.
Well, it's based on Flash Gordon cereal.
Yes.
Gold Mings, yellow Clytus,
Hail Ming.
blue Ajax, Brian Blesseds. Yeah, Brian is the color. Blesseds is the marshmallow. But yeah, no, it's Flash Gordon, man. If you haven't checked it out, it's 1980. Again, it's another movie that came back. It's getting a lot of love right now because it's just so individual.
Maybe a little help from a podcast out there that's floating around that, might be named off of it. Just saying.
The podcast Under the Stairs?
Yeah, they're big Flash Gordon fans, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So my reason, I haven't named it yet, and I could go on forever on the movie, but I'm going with Clytus, man. I remember as a kid being scared of Clytus, and I wasn't scared of Ming because he looked like a dude. Clytus, I didn't know what he was.
Yeah, well, the only time you see anything about that mask is when his eyeballs are bulging out of it.
Yeah, that's early childhood nightmares for me just seeing that. So
it's scary stuff, man.
But yeah, man, Clytus. That's my number one reason for watching it.
So, if you haven't checked out Flash Gordon, as our sales pitch goes, you can check it out for a humorous telepathy scene, and you can check it out for Clytus. Everything else, it's a wash.
Oh man, the movie's awesome. Even the lizard man is awesome. So,
or Rocket Ajax.
Open fire!
Even though this is the anniversary edition, we still have some sponsors to give credence to. So, I'm just going to take a moment to let everybody know to go check out Esmeralda's Discount Fortune Shack. Get a fortune, don't spend one.
And a new sponsor that just came in, Bill Cosby's Nightcaps, when it just has to be tonight.
Nice.
Hail Ming.
Yeah, that was a big rope for us. They had a lot of money. They were willing to spend it wherever would take it. My hands are open.
That's not all that's open.
Yeah. So, episode 4, where we delved further into our childhood and came up with The Last Starfighter.
Yes. Absolute classic in my eyes.
It's also called the Rick Morgan story sometimes.
Loosely based. There was a sawmill in there. The only thing's a little different. But, they skipped that because continuity.
Yeah, they made up all that stuff about the beta unit. Nobody came and replaced him while he was gone. He came back and he had like weeks of work to catch up on.
Right.
My first reason to watch The Last Starfighter is when, the scene where they're about to all crash into the moon and the guy says, what do we do? And the general alien with the eye tracker says,
we
die.
Yeah.
That's a great scene.
I almost had that.
Whenever I think of that movie, I can't help but not think about that scene. It's amazing. It's not the only thing amazing about that movie, but it's definitely up there.
Well, I could easily go with the Death Blossom scene, but to me, what brings this movie together every time is Greg, which is the reptilian, pilot that helps bring down the bad guys. And I don't know, man, Greg just makes it happen. And Danny does a great Greg.
Well, Greg is a alien who's bringing it all together. He's not the fighter pilot, but he's the navigator. Yeah, who played him is a well-known character actor, but he decided he was gonna throw out this weird accent and have no lips and laugh like he's asthmatic. And you're right, he's great. He brings it all together. Without Greg, they never would have made it.
Right. So, again, this movie's got a lot of stuff to it that's just great to watch. It's a huge slice of 80s greatness, so I can't recommend it enough. Very much sci-fi. If you dig the sci-fi stuff, this movie is a must-watch, without a doubt. That brings up the classic that Danny and I both love with all of our hearts, which is the original 1981 Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. I mean, how can you get any better than that? You got Ray Harryhausen special effects. You've got Laurence Olivier. It doesn't get any better than Clash of the Titans.
I agree.
It is my childhood, and it was a toss-up between Calabas or Medusa. You got Calabas, who's the villain, chasing Perseus. He wants the girl. He's cursed, both in close-up scenes and in scenes where they do stop motion to make him. He's a scary villain, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Medusa has become an icon, it's become the understood symbol of that movie. I got to go with Calabas.
Well, I'm going with Medusa because that's the scene I instantly think of. The darkness of it. That's the scene that always stands out to me. Shooting the guys, then turning to stone, her losing her head, the acidic blood pouring out everywhere.
Yeah, it's like lava.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah, her underground lair with all the stone statues that were once men coming to get her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a reason I threw her in there too, because you can't think of Clash of the Titans without thinking of all the Ray Harryhausen stuff. I think about Cerberus and the Kraken and Medusa and Calabas and those.
Was that Phil? Phil McCracken?
Phil McCracken.
Hail Ming.
And that's a good segue into another one of our sponsors, Phil McCracken's Concrete Repair. Call anytime, day or night, he'll come, Phil McCracken.
Moving on. We go to another movie that we've spent our life trying to replicate, The Beastmaster.
The Beastmaster.
The Mark Singer classic, man. Tanya Roberts running around, man. You got Kodo and Podo.
Rip Torn. You got all the animals. You got Roar and you got Roar. I mean,
and you got
that wasn't a movie. That wasn't an animal, I don't think. It wasn't one that was on screen.
Maybe not. So, what's your number one reason? I'm curious about this one. Number one reason for Beastmaster.
So my number one reason for Beastmaster should be sexy witches, but I've got to put Mayak.
Yeah,
Rip Torn as Mayak, the priest of R. He's great.
Right. I mean,
just like Calabas, you couldn't have the movie without Mayak over here saying, "We're gonna be your children."
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. That's something I want to bring up in another segment. But yeah, man, you gotta have the bad guy. Any guy that will stand over a pit and throw kids into a fire pit, that's a bad dude.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, that's what I got. My top reason for watching it. Keep an eye out for Rip Torn as the evil high priest of R. Mayak.
He's awesome.
What's your top reason there, Rick?
I've actually picked the winged creatures that the Beastmaster runs into.
Ooh,
that
yeah.
will wrap their arms around a person and they just take all the tissue and everything off the body and they just drop a stack of bones. If you listen to the episode, I say it's very Fulci looking. It looks like something out of an Italian horror movie. Those things are creepy, man. When I think about the scene that I would stop and show people, that scene just stands out to me. And it's the one time you see the Beastmaster be a little scared. He's got every reason.
And they're kind of a mystery, too. They're never really explained. They're this bat cult that lives up in the hills. Nobody goes to visit them. And somehow
Virginia.
The Beastmaster... Oh, yeah. The Beastmaster gets this talisman from them that comes into play later because I guess they're like, you're okay. We'll come help you out sometime.
Well, yeah, because he's got the hawk following him around everywhere, so they worship the hawk or the falcon.
Yeah, that's it. It's the eagle they painted black or whatever. As I know they painted some cat.
Yeah, they just decided, hey, to make these things look different, let's just spray paint them and make them something they're not. Along with Beastmaster coming into our lives and being on this show, we got a lot of this too. That was the start of us. Are
you referring to the other movie in that episode?
Oh, yeah. It also has a little of that in there.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah. Because they have...
Hail Ming.
Oh man, that reminds me of the sword skit with the sword sharpening thing.
Yes, the Gillette decapitator.
Is your sword so dull it cannot even kill a small child?
Hail Ming.
Classic. Yeah.
So we got the sword and the sorcerer.
Yeah, childhood favorite of mine. What's your reason to watch it?
My top reason is Zusha.
You know what? That's exactly what I got.
The warlord sorcerer, and we could go into the exploding sword that shoots off with 3 blades, or you could go into any number of things. But Zusha is a great bad guy. He's not even the main bad guy. He kind of is, and then he kind of isn't, and then he kind of is again. That movie goes all over the place.
Yeah,
and that's what we found in reviewing. It was like, well, where's this plot going anyway? But yeah, still a ton of fun.
They try to take the barbarian stuff from the success of Conan and try to add some swashbuckling stuff in there and some sorcery. There's things I really like about this movie. Zeus is definitely one of them. I love the effect when the opening when they resurrect him in this tomb. I think is scary crap. Pulling the heart out of the woman, all that good stuff. The one where he splits his head open and comes out of the body where he's been this other person through most of the movie is the scene that I show people. It's great effects.
With men to fight and women to love, Sword and the Sorcerer definitely comes around as a fun favorite in episode 5.
Brings us up to our 80s teen movie episode, which was a lot of fun. Something different, changed the gears a bit. And we got into the classic Just One of the Guys.
Just One of the Guys is a movie that I think of fondly to this day. Being a kid, watching that movie over and over again. It's a lot of fun. It's a comedy that's full of all kinds of zany sex changing. But I'm going to have to say my main reason for watching Just One of the Guys is the little brother, Buddy.
Of course.
Every time he's on the screen, he makes it okay to be thinking what you're thinking as a teenage boy in this movie.
Yeah. And again, the total comic relief of this movie is Buddy.
Oh yeah, he does a great job. And go check out Just One of the Guys.
Well, my number one reason is the whole girlfriend boyfriend chaos that goes on when they all show up at her house. You got the boyfriend that's dating her, and then the girl that's interested in her when she's a guy, and she's doing the switch back and forth and all that. It's just loony fun.
It is. She comes around the corner and she's teasing her hair up and, oh, why don't we go this way? Because it's away from these people. Wait, why don't we go over here and sit down for a while? Yeah, I like that too. There's a lot of stuff to love in that movie. And I think that's a great top reason.
Well, the next movie, 3 O'Clock High, was about another buddy, Buddy Revell.
That's right.
So
Buddy Revell.
That was the name of the episode, The Tale of Two Buddies.
And 3 O'Clock High, my top reason for watching 3 O'Clock High is it was directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. You can see that in all the camera work. And but as far as like just wackiness, I got the discipline principal, Mr. Dolinsky, who's got this head up on the wall, and he's got this office that's intimidating. It's all shot from a worm's eye view, and he's fantastic. Just the character's trying to get out of school so he doesn't have to fight the bully, and when he gets caught, he ends up going to Mr. Dolinsky.
What I've got is what it all comes down to: the fight at the end. You get to see David slay Goliath. That's what you're waiting for the whole time, and but the build up to it is really what the movie is all about. Man, this movie is just great fun. Never get bored of this movie. I could watch it over and over. So that's a Rick's pick. I'd say check that one out for sure.
I agree with you 100%. 3 O'Clock High was one that we both agreed on immediately as a movie to go watch. Our top reasons are exactly that. There's a whole lot more. There's a whole episode. Go check it out.
Yep.
It's episode 7.
All right. That brings us up to the next episode, which was the Evil Dead episode. So, number one reason for me when I think of Evil Dead, there's a scene in there where I've got written down, it says, "In your face, total body dismemberment." The girl that they pull out of the fire, and he just whacks her with the axe and starts chopping her up. I think it still looks great.
With the limbs all flopping on the floor.
Yeah.
It's some creepy stuff. My reason to watch Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, both, is Ash.
Of course.
Hey, not to be too chintzy, but like there's no way that I can ever say anything other than Ash is the reason to watch Evil Dead, because Bruce Campbell as Ash, it defined his career, and it made those movies so much more watchable than they would have been if somebody hadn't picked up that role and just run with it.
Right. So for Evil Dead 2, instead of Bruce Campbell, I've got Bruce Campbell because of everything he goes through with the making that movie, getting hit over the head with the stuff, just the torture they put him through. But it created the icon that you're talking about, Ash. So, yeah, no Bruce Campbell, no Ash. It's just not the same. I thought the remake was good, but come on, man, it's Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, it's hard to tamper with what you got with Evil Dead. It was just lightning in a bottle. They saw what they had with Bruce Campbell in the first one, and Sam Raimi, and the team, Rob Tappert and Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi's family. Yeah, they all went in there and they made they made part 2. And they made sure to catalog his physical comedy, his physical abilities. I mean, who else can be in a room all by themselves and make that horror and make half the horror movie? By fighting his own hand and everything that's inanimate in the room. Ash, Bruce Campbell, definitely a reason to check out Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. If you haven't gone and seen them, then what are you waiting for?
And moving into the next episode, we covered Inner Space. Well, we're just jumping all over the place. But Inner Space, man, what a great, fun 80s movie. Martin Short, Dennis Quaid, just a great, fun movie.
Yeah, Meg Ryan too, and especially Meg Ryan in that time of the 80s. Just adorably gorgeous. My top reason has got to be the bad guy saying, "Get out of my way. I know the mayor." There's a part where the bad guys get shrunk to 50%, so they're like half-sized people.
Right.
And they're still trying to push people around. It's Kevin McCarthy, and it's the bad guy there. Yeah. He's great. Just trying to be the bigwig when he's shrunk down to half size. It's hilarious.
Well, mine's pretty vague. I just got special effects. I think they still look incredible. Where they're traveling through Martin Short's body, all that stuff looks great. the transformation of the cowboy, all that stuff is just great.
Yeah, I mean, you believe that those things are happening because they don't overdo the special effects, and they use what they have really well. I agree. We talked about it in the episode too. And so in that episode, of course, what do you couple with Inner Space? The only thing that really could is Commando, right?
Absolutely.
So we talked about Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando, and my top reason is the tool shed scene.
Yes. I
There's
totally
a part
agree.
at the end where, he finds himself in a tool shed, surrounded by the bad guys' army. What does he do? He grabs some buzzsaw blades and goes to work.
Yeah, it's awesome. I used to rewind that over and over and try to figure out how they did that. It's amazing. Mine's real vague on this one too. It just says the last 10 minutes. That whole scene there where he arrives, puts the makeup on, puts all of his weapons on, and goes to town. Incredible.
Oh yeah. After I watched it, I made Max go watch it too, because the last 10 minutes of Commando is just incredible.
Yeah.
And it's got Radon Chong in it.
Yeah.
It's not a slouch in any other way either. But go check out the episode. We got Andy Blockley on there.
Yeah,
he actually told us that the tool shed scene is not in the British cut that he grew up with, because I guess they thought it was too violent. So
that's crazy.
I know.
But you got the weird bed scene in there. Figure that out.
Yeah, again, go check out that episode, Commando in Inner Space. It's a lot of fun. It might be one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good one. Which brings up another guest we had, Duncan McLeish, joined us for Highlander and Outland. Now, everybody knows Highlander, hopefully, but
here we are.
That's right. Queen soundtrack. I think we established that we're Queen fans of some sort, but Highlander, man. And my number one reason is basically the opening. The fight scene in the parking garage, to me, is what a way to open a movie, man. It's incredible.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a couple of movies that, when I tried to think of my top reason, I just kept thinking, the movie's perfection. And I could have gone with another hour and a half if they had a director's cut of Highlander that went into even more stuff. But if I'm just going to give you one reason to latch onto, I got to say the Kurgan.
Sure.
Clancy Brown. Again, we go with the villain. How do you have a good hero? Well, they have to have a good villain.
Right.
And the Kurgan is awesome.
Yep. One of the best in movie history, I think, as far as a bad guy. And then Outland, the Sean Connery space classic. And my reason, we kind of described it as we talked about it, the movie as a whole. My reason is it's high noon in space. It's a singled out person with nobody helping him, taking down the system. And nobody is better equipped for that job than Sean Connery.
He doesn't come in particularly popular because, he knows what he's got ahead of him and he's not there to make friends. But my top reason's got to be the friend that he makes. He makes friends with the ship's doctor. And she's a sarcastic ship doctor who's seen this whole thing and doesn't really believe in him. But she ends up being his friend, and she's incredible. She adds so much to the story.
Yeah.
As just a bit part, really.
So coming out of that to the next episode with Bo Ransdale, we did Starman and Excalibur. And with Starman, the Starman. That's my number one reason. I mean, you take the trip with him, the adventure. You're watching someone learn things at a fast pace. Great performance. Yeah, for me, the actual Starman. Yep.
Yeah. So, the story of an alien coming down to Earth was blue balls. My top reason in the Starman, and again, it was tough. You got Karen Allen, you got Jeff Bridges, but it just one scene that epitomizes that movie for me. And my one reason for watching is the scene where he resurrects the deer.
Yeah, I almost put that down.
Oh man, I mean I remember some of these I just kind of was easy because I said, what do I remember from being a kid and watching this movie? And that's one of these moments. Starman, the deer scene.
Right. And going into Excalibur, another favorite of ours. God, you could easily say, what's the best reason to watch Excalibur? Excalibur?
Excalibur?
I'm gonna watch some Excalibur. No, the reason to watch Excalibur is because it's Excalibur. It's just a great movie. But to me, King Arthur, I mean, the guy playing King Arthur no matter what I see him in, he's King Arthur because of this movie.
The once and future king. Yeah, I can't agree more. I mean, I thought you might say the visuals because they're also washed
Stunning.
in green.
Yeah,
it's awesome. My reason's got to be Helen Mirren as Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah.
I mean, Helen Mirren is Helen Mirren, so you can't fault that in any way, shape, or form. But she is just awesome as Morgan Le Fay, and she's beautiful in this movie. Again, we go into the visuals, but
Merlin,
man, just
and
whenever
Merlin
she's
as
there,
well. Yep.
as Merlin's foil too, she does a great
Right.
job.
And you said it a while ago, in order to have the great good guys, you got to have the great bad guys, and she's perfect. You can't shun the performance of Merlin either. Just
No,
a great
not at all.
movie, man. Everything about it's great.
No, go check out the episode. I mean, you gotta fast forward through the Bo Ransdell parts, but other than that,
Wait a minute.
I'm just kidding with you, Bo.
Hail Ming.
Speaking of cinematic greatness, the next movies we covered were The Howling and The Howling 2. What's your reason for watching The Howling, man?
I was blown away by all the rush of sensations when The Howling and The Howling 2 were mentioned to me. I really like The Howling. The Howling is it's a visceral werewolf movie. It got overshadowed by American Werewolf in London. They even sniped some of the special effects talent from The Howling, and it still managed to have great special effects talent hang on to it. And the movie itself, it's a comedy. It's a horror film. It's got a backstory that is really mysterious. My main reason's got to be werewolf sex. I mean,
Yeah.
you just don't get that everywhere, and it's crazy and weird. And if I'm thinking back to it, that's what I remember.
You sure you're talking about the first one or the second one?
The second one, I'm not going to say that with, because that's not the top reason. There's a lot more of it in the
Are
second
you
one.
kidding? That's the only reason to watch the movie. So for the first Howling, you said it a while ago, the effects are amazing. It really changed the way we view werewolves from there on. Even though as great as American Werewolf is, and I prefer American Werewolf, every werewolf movie is trying to make one that looks like the one in The Howling. Rob Bottin knocked it out of the park. Now, The Howling 2, I've got the ending credits.
Yeah, there's one reason to watch The Howling 2, and I think it's about to play right now.
In the pale, pale light of the moon glow, I got a hunger that's emotional, hunger that I can't control.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not a lot of reasons to watch The Howling 2. It's one of those movies that's...
What?
It's one of those movies that's so bad, it's good.
I love it, man. I think it's hilarious. It's so badly done that it's greatness. I enjoy it. I think it's a romp.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. It's so bad it's good, and you're gonna watch it and you're gonna say this is terrible, but it's enjoyable because of it.
Next episode, we covered The Quick and the Dead and Quickly Down Under, our Western episode.
The Quick and the Dead is another undersold classic. We got Sam Raimi coming back. And he's got Russell Crowe and Lance Henriksen and Gene Hackman.
Incredible cast.
Sharon Stone, Keith David. You can just keep listing people that are in this movie. And with Sam Raimi's overstated / understated storytelling, it's a great Western. If you haven't checked it out, you need to, and you can find all the reasons out in that episode. But my top reason has got to be Virgil Sparks, the pride of Texas.
Perfect, man. We used to say that all the time. You hear that in the episode if you listen, or if you've already listened. My number one reason is Gene Hackman. You got to have the perfect bad guy, and boy is he bad.
Oh, he's reprised the role as the Western bad guy in several movies now.
Yeah.
And
perfect
he's
in this
bad.
movie. Perfect in this movie. It makes it. You don't have Sharon Stone's vengeance without Gene Hackman.
I can't disagree with that in any way, shape, or form. Gene Hackman's a great bad guy.
Yep.
And I kind of threw a silly thing in there, but it's just, there's so many characters. My point with Virgil Sparks is there are so many characters. Even the characters that you don't get introduced to have names.
Well, besides Virgil Sparks, I'd have to go with Spotted Horse as far as my next favorite character. And it's just a bit part, but there's so many. It's a tournament, and you just get attached to these characters because they don't say much. And what little they say is awesome.
So check out The Quick and the Dead. Check out that episode. Quigley Down Under. You got Tom Selleck. You got Alan Rickman. And an Australian Western about an American Western cowboy who goes to Australia. It's a great movie, and my top reason for Quigley Down Under has got to be these long-range rifle scenes.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck plays a character who does this long shooting. He's got a rifle, and he can, pick the needles off a cactus from 100 yards. And every time they do this, they kind of kick in with this music. And they do it a few times. It's done to great effect.
My number one reason is the fight in the house that you don't see. When he's fighting Alan Rickman and he knocks him out of the house. Nobody knocks me out of my own house. I love that scene.
Oh yeah, it's more of the flavor. When we talk about movies, that's not always about whether they were critically acclaimed or whether they had the best actors. It's usually just because these movies have these unique things to them, and that's what guides us to these top reasons. Check out episode 13, The Quick and the Dead.
Jumping ahead to the next one, we covered 2 killer cars. We did The Car, and we did Christine. And The Car, man, 1977, in the year of Star Wars coming out and all that kind of greatness, we got The Car. And my number one reason, man, and it's probably yours too, but when the car drives through the house to kill the woman and just comes out the other side and keeps driving down the highway, movie magic.
I couldn't, I've got 2 scenes written down, and I was going to take whichever one you didn't take. There's that scene where the car murders someone through a house window. And then there is a second scene where the car flips end over end to get out of a road where it's been captured. It's a catapult all of a sudden or something. And it's one of those scenes like, hey, watch this. And then everybody in the room is just going to be dead silent.
Don't forget the explosion at the end, too.
Yeah, demon car explosion.
Which brings us to Christine. Talking about a demon car. John Carpenter, classic, well-made movie. I still love it. The scene that stands out to me time and time again is the drive-in scene when he's there with his girlfriend. He goes out of the car for something, and the car tries to kill her in the car, and he's trying to get back in, and that whole scene I think is really tense, very well done. That's just my favorite scene.
Yeah, the best thing about that movie that I have down is Arnie Cunningham, who plays the main character there. Like his transformation from just kind of a nerdy loser to a cool kid because of Christine, and how he, I think that's just really well done, and it's really well acted. And whether it's overacted, I guess you could argue, but he was the right guy for the part, because he's also in Back to School later.
Right.
He plays that part well, where he detaches from what's important and becomes the cool kid. And I think that because he's able to do that so well, it really helps the movie along.
Next episode after that was Willow and Time Bandits. I'm just going to cut to the chase. Willow, Val Kilmer's character is fantastic.
That's what I have too.
Awesome. Good.
You've got Bath Morta, you've got all these characters, all this fantasy epic, you've got special effects. But what it boils down to, Val Kilmer as Mad Mardigan,
right,
is such an enjoyable character.
Absolutely. Great movie. Got to check it out. If you haven't checked it out, I'm sure most of you have.
I don't know. Willow is one of those movies that came out and just fell flat. So a lot of people haven't seen it. Yeah. Just go check it out. It's worth a watch. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
And get ready for a lot of hokey, kind of Ewok style stuff at the beginning. But, when you get through that, it becomes a really fun adventure movie.
Yep. Speaking of adventure, Time Bandits.
Love Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
There is not enough Terry Gilliam on our list so far.
I agree. We're going to have to add more this year. So, yeah. What's your number one reason, man?
My number one reason I think you know is David Rappaport plays Randall.
That's right.
I think he was my top reason when we did the episode. I'm not sure, but whenever I think of Time Bandits, I can't think of it without Randall leading his band of thieves through time. I love David Rappaport, and whenever he's in a movie, I tend to enjoy him more than anybody.
Yep. Well, I've got David as well, just a different one. David Warner as evil.
Again, we like villains, interesting villains played by good people in fun movies. You just can't beat it.
Nobody does a bad guy better than David Warner.
Yeah, and he's playing evil in this one. You can't get any more evil than evil.
Right. He was even supposed to be Freddy Krueger. He was originally picked to be Freddy Krueger. That's how bad of a guy he is. But that didn't seem to work out.
Well, then they were watching V, and they were like, "What about that guy? We get that guy instead."
You mean Willie? Hello.
So you get Willie. You're like, he's already got that flesh pulling off his body thing. I mean, he's halfway there. They're like, well, that's special effects, right? They go, special effects, really?
All right. Next episode was The Hidden, and I Come in Peace. Man,
Space aliens.
Yeah, I love The Hidden, man. So my reason to watch it is every scene with that second guy who gets the alien in him. I need this car.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's just perfect. That's what you expect out of an alien being coming down and just wreaking havoc.
When the alien goes into his body in the hospital and it doesn't realize that he's in the hospital because he's messed up,
Right.
He's holding his chest like, this body's messed up. I need to get out of here. Well, and my top reason for watching it isn't Kyle MacLachlan, although I gotta give him a shout out there.
Sure.
My top reason's the first guy that the alien's in, Jack DeVries.
Yeah.
Who's driving a Lamborghini. He's a Ferrari, right? He's driving a Ferrari into a roadblock, listening to metal music after he just robbed a bank.
I almost put the whole opening of the movie, which is just incredible.
If you haven't seen The Hidden, it holds up. It's a good movie.
I Come in Peace. I've got Galactic Drug Dealer.
Yeah. I think that we established this when we watched it. I Come in Peace, Dolph Lundgren, Brian Benben. It's a movie about a drug dealer from space who's using people to kind of farm out this opiate, where he injects people with heroin, and then when they're dying, he gets the endorphins from their brain. It's a cool premise, and it's probably the coolest thing about that movie.
And coming out of that, we did a couple of horror favorites of ours. We did April Fool's Day and Popcorn. April Fool's Day. What fun was it going back and revisiting that? My favorite part is dude getting his face smashed off by the boat.
Oh, I was looking at April Fool's Day, and I said my top reason is April Fool's Day.
Sure.
I mean, just the whole movie, the feel of it, the way the characters interact, the camp involved. I love it to death, and I can't get a top reason out of it, cop out as it may be. It's just April Fool's Day.
Yeah. It's such an original twist on the slasher genre that's been out there for a while. It stands on its own after all this time, I think. So,
yeah.
What about Popcorn? What's your favorite reason for Popcorn? I'm just going to guess.
Well, you might think it's the tagline.
What tagline?
Well, buy a bag, go home in a box.
I've never
heard that. But yeah, I know it's kind of obscure, but in thinking about it, I was like, what do I think of first when I think of popcorn that isn't listed on the movie poster? And it's got to be the giant mosquito.
Sure.
Somebody gets killed with a giant mosquito in a movie theater, and you just don't see that every day. It's not a real giant mosquito. It's like a big fake giant mosquito, and it kills somebody with its big fake proboscis. I love it.
Originally, I said it was the film that they show that's all trippy and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is a neat idea. This has got a great story as well. But the thing I put down was the 80s theater experience. When they're showing the old movies and they're bringing the crowd in, everybody's having fun in the theater. To me, that's what I think of when I think of this movie, because even though bad things are happening, man, I wish people had fun in the theater again. And I walk away from Popcorn with a lot of that. Because of them having such a good time, they don't realize the stuff that's really happening. But I just love that whole scene with, the crowd walking up, and they've got the people dressed up outside the theater. They're going in, they're having fun, they're clapping their hands. I love all that.
I love popcorn. It's got the whole movie in a movie feel.
Yep.
And I love that convention. You can do so much with it. I agree. And the fact that it's a film festival in the 80s and everybody's all throwing popcorn at each other and yelling about stuff. I don't like to go into movie theaters like that, but it is a lot of fun.
Oh, I'd go in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's the difference between you and me.
Speaking of heartbeats, the next episode was Ninja 3 and Remo Williams. Number one reason to watch Ninja 3. The first 15 minutes.
The first 15 minutes. I mean, there's stuff that goes on in the rest of the movie, but the top reason, just watch the first 15 minutes and see if you're hooked.
Right. There's no way to top it. I mean, don't take it. When we're going back and going through this stuff, I just recently saw where Matthew Tangent said he had just watched Ninja 3. This is just like last week, a couple weeks ago. And he said he had never seen it before. So we won. We accomplished what we tried to do, is get somebody to check this stuff out. And he was just like, what an insane movie. Absolutely, man. The movie is nuts.
In the first 15 minutes, a ninja with no explanation kills like 80 people. And it's awesome.
Which brings up the great, awesome Remo Williams right behind it, man.
Remo Williams, my first reason to watch Remo Williams is Chun.
I totally agree. Chun is
his Korean mentor. Yep. Teaches him the ways of Shinjutsu.
Sure.
There's a name for it in there. It's Fred Ward, trained as an assassin by Chun. Awesome.
That was my reason, is the whole training scenes I think are fantastic. The fight on the Statue of Liberty, man. If you watch this movie for any reason, it's on the poster. The Statue of Liberty scene, man. It's fantastic.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. That's a good one too. Like, I thought of Chun first thing, but the fight on the Statue of Liberty is unique and amazing.
Yep. So another great favorites of ours, man. That brings up a favorite we forgot about, the pirate movie.
I didn't forget about it.
So what's your number one reason for the pirate movie?
Christy McNichol.
No.
You know, the pirate movie I threw out there because the Pirate King and it's amazing, and the Keep Pumping song and all that stuff. But Christy McNichol is so much fun in that movie.
That's my number one reason, is Pumping and Blowing, the song. Which sounds like this. So yeah, man. Movie's just really, really bad, really, really fun. And what do you follow up that movie with?
I don't know. There's nothing you can follow it up with that really exists, is there?
That brings up the reason we did the episode was The Farcical, which is we did a poll and let people decide if there was a sequel that should have been made to a movie, what would it have been? And they all agreed on The Princess Bride 2. And my number one reason for The Princess Bride 2 is Sausage Legs McGee, man, and his donkey.
Sausage Legs and his spruced up jolly man, right?
And his spruced up jolly man riding his donkey.
Oh, my top reason to watch The Princess Bride 2, Magical Antelopes.
Magical Antelopes.
When the chips are down, you can count on magical antelopes. Which actually makes me think of one of our corporate sponsors.
Oh no.
We are happy to give some credit to the Devil's Dry Cleaning Service. You know, always demonstrating care so you never lose a fur. All right.
Oh, what do you think about that, kids?
The kids are on my side.
Sure they are. But yeah, man, Princess Bride 2, that's one of my favorite things we've done. So you need to check that out for sure. Next episode.
Did I break you?
Yes, you did. The next episode, we did the incredibly well-acted Texas Chainsaw 2 and the incredibly well-acted Pieces.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, number one reason for Chainsaw 2, man. What you got?
I have the nihilistic ending of Chainsaw 2, where the final girl is doing the chainsaw dance on the top of the mountain in the middle of Texas Battle Land, which is like a dystopian theme park. That's the top reason. You wait till the end. There it is. Make your own conclusion.
Right. I just got, this is what I wrote down. Dennis Hopper all coked up.
That's because we had Duncan McLeish on the show, and that's all he said every other. It was coked up to his eyeballs.
Not Nom Land. And Duncan also picked the next movie, Pieces, which he just absolutely loves this movie. I mean, I'm a fan, but he's like really a fan. So I'm anxious to see what this is. What's your number one reason for Pieces?
So my top reason for Pieces is Paul L. Smith,
Sure.
the guy who plays the groundskeeper. He's keeping it real.
Yeah, I agree. He's great in the role, the red herring, the whole deal.
He gives everybody the hairy eyeball, and he fights people with 2x4s. And
Well, there's a lot of reasons that should be the reason you watch Pieces. But I'm going to say the scene that stands out to me when I think of this movie, which leads up to the great Linda Day George line that she repeats time and time again. But the girl being cut in half in the bathroom is, I think, is good of a practical effect that I've seen in any movie as far as a horror movie. It looks great.
that whole sequence too, like the run up to it where she's trapped and the guy's coming through and she has an accident and all that stuff. That's well put together suspense. I mean, you know what's going to happen, so it's not the best, but that whole sequence is pretty good.
Yeah, folks, if you haven't seen Pieces, it is one of a kind, no doubt about it.
It's like The Howling 2.
You really don't know where it's coming from, but it's a bag of squirrels, man. It's great. I love it.
Which we'll just roll into the next episode. Next episode, episode 21, Fright Night and Fright Night 2.
Yeah.
And my top reason for watching Fright Night is because it's perfect.
Good. I like that. I see where you're going there.
It's a vampire movie. It's based kind of on Rear Window, where somebody sees something but nobody believes him, and what he sees is a vampire. There's nothing bad about that movie, and I will defend it to the end of my days.
I love it too. I put Chris Sarandon. Man.
Peter Vincent.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Roddy McDowell. I mean, it's a great movie. I can't give it one element that stands out over all the rest, though, because it's such a perfect piece. It's put together so well.
I agree.
That no one thing kind of takes the show.
Right. Yeah, it's just a well put together movie. And it's unlike anything else that's out there, I really think. It does have the Rear Window feel to it, but it is its own thing and just a classic. We're not talking about the remake, we're talking about the 80s version. So, also with Fright Night 2, what did you pick? What was your number one reason?
Yeah, my number one reason for Fright Night 2 was John Grease. Yes. The wolfen vampire, because they have kind of a rogues gallery of enemies in that one, and he's one of them. And you might remember him as Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
he's a character actor. He's in a ton of stuff. He's in Monster Squad too.
Yep, which we need to do sometime.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. John Grease. That's my top reason.
I've got the transformation on live TV. When the lady vampire takes over the show and she shows her true face, but everybody just thinks it's a special effect. That's a very show-stopping scene, man. That is well put together. It's scary.
It's unsettling.
Yeah, that scene just really stands out to me because there's nothing else like it in any movie.
Not even the reenactment of the last scene in The Howling 2? Where they put somebody in a gorilla suit and had him jump up and down on a desk.
That's The Howling 2, man. You can't compare anything to The Howling 2.
Nothing compares.
All right, that brings us up to the next episode we did, which we covered some Dario Argento classics. We did Deep Red and Phenomena. And Deep Red, man, just one of my favorite movies, period. I love it. And my number one reason, it's probably yours as well, it's got a lot of great suspense, a lot of murder mystery things going on. But that creepy doll coming out, man, if you're going to show anybody one scene, that's kind of the one you have to go with.
Agreed. The weird doll killing scene in the middle of Deep Red is
comes out of nowhere. I mean, it has nothing else to do with the movie, and it's just one of the most nightmarish looking things you've ever seen. It's such an odd scene. Love it.
Yeah, the movie's probably my favorite Argento movie, and that scene, as weird as it is, just seems to fit somehow.
Yeah. Yep. It moves on to Phenomena, which was known as Creepers as well, where Jennifer Connelly can speak to insects. And I just wrote down very vaguely the last 10 minutes, man.
I wrote down the last 30 because I think I started clocking it when we were rewatching it. Like the first half or more of the movie, it kind of goes all over the place and it's got some neat stuff in it. Yeah. But the last 30 minutes, it hits the ground running and it doesn't stop until it's over.
It's got a great opening and an incredible ending. So if we could take the beginning of Ninja 3 and put it in the middle of that, so have the Phenomena opening and then the big long ninja scene for the rest of the movie and then the last 30 minutes of Phenomena, we've got the greatest movie in history.
Hail Ming.
I can't argue with that.
Well, of course you
That
can.
is probably the most perfect thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Our next episode is Demons and Demons 2.
Yeah. Thanksgiving episode.
Oh, yeah, because what's more Thanksgiving than demons?
Yeah, demon popping up out of your back. So for the first movie, I said the girl changing in front of the movie screen. She falls through the screen. She's on the stage. They all rush up. Man, that transformation scene still just blows me away. The effects in that movie are fantastic.
Well, my top reason for Demons, the soundtrack's really good.
Yeah.
But I had to mention that, but my top reason is the movie in a movie thing, just like in popcorn, the theater and the people who come to the theater to see the movie, then the movie kind of unfolds what's going to happen in the movie itself. It's a good convention. I really like it.
Which leads to Demons 2. Man, mine's pretty simple. I mean, the movie's got a lot of great stuff in it. They're confined into a giant apartment building. The part where Sally, which is the main demon, comes rappelling down the side of that building head first is nightmarish, man. That scene just sticks out so much to me.
Yeah, my top reason is Sally's birthday party.
Where they're dancing to the Smiths and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then she ends up transforming there at the birthday cake, and she digs into that guy's arm.
Right.
That sequence, is just, it's so understated and overstated at the same time. It's like nobody really knew how they would act if that happened, and they'll do a pretty good job of inventing good reactions.
We don't have the modern zombie, the fast-moving, angry zombies without these movies. So if you haven't seen them, you need to check them out, man. They're a slice of 80s horror history.
And speaking of checking out, let's make sure we give a plug to one of our new sponsors.
Oh, no.
Jerry's Booby Traps and Pits, where we put the P on Punchy Spikes.
I don't even know what to say. Maybe this.
I love it.
Moving on to the next episode, where we had a comedy duo of epic proportions.
Yes.
UHF and Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah. How can we say anything more about these movies? How much we love them. They are total staples of our lives. I would say UHF influenced our show more than anything else that's out there.
Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic got one shot at a movie, and he didn't do us wrong with it. He added everything he possibly could and kept trying to throw stuff until the very last minute.
So what's your favorite part?
With UHF, I said it's just a perfect comedy. It's a madcap, zany, perfect comedy, and it's got heart. It's got a great bad guy, just like Inner Space, because it's the same bad guy.
Right.
And it's just great. There's no one thing. You just got to watch UHF.
Yep.
Don't even listen to our episode about UHF. Just watch it. Go right now.
That's a statement right there, man. Don't listen to our show. Go check it out. So, mine's got to be Raoul's Wild Kingdom, man. I mean, that scene to me, I want more Raoul's Wild Kingdom. I really do. I would watch a series of that.
Well, that's what Raoul's hoping.
That's right. So, the next movie, man, Johnny Dangerously, Michael Keaton, The Bat.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. My top reason for watching Johnny Dangerously, and there's a lot of fun that's in that movie, but my top reason, is Danny Berman, played by Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
Again, you got the villain. He's ready to kill anybody who gets in his way. He's all of his lines are on point. When he's there, he does a great job. Love Danny Berman.
Oh yeah. Mine is the same area. The main bad guy, Maroney, who says, "You fucking sneaky bastards."
Yes. Roman Maroney.
Roman Maroney is incredible, man.
Oh, that guy's hilarious.
Yeah. So, like we said, he was supposed to be Mork for Orc, and I just can't imagine that guy being Mork. It'd been great if he was Mork and he still talked that way. Nano, you assholes.
We're coming to a close here. We've got 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
Are we going all the way up to?
Sure. Why not? So the Star Wars Christmas special, or the Christmas special we had, but it was the Star Wars holiday special that we covered.
That's right, Life Day.
What's your number one reason for the Star Wars holiday special?
Well, I think that my top reason for watching the Star Wars holiday special is B. Arthur's Cantina sing-along. Say goodbye, friends. Is that a tear, friend? Oh, don't you cry, friends.
Yeah. I just went for all of it here, and I just said Wookiee porn.
That was odd and uncomfortable. You should see it.
Well, actually, I would say, like you said a while ago about UHF, but I would say right opposite. Don't watch the special. Just listen to our episode.
Yeah. You may. I mean, I think our episode is equally as long as the special.
Right.
But we have the Boz, so
That's right. Lots of fun, man. We had a lot of fun with that show.
So my top reason for listening to our holiday special is the Boz.
It works for me. Our Christmas special that we did before, though, where we were live televised and stuff, that's pretty good stuff, though.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
The whole episode.
It was fun
opening of that episode, yeah. All right. So after that, we got the Wraith.
The Wraith, our newest of new episodes, and
well, you can't say that because Punisher would be before this one.
Our almost newest episode. The Wraith, and my top reason to watch The Wraith is Randy Quaid as Lieutenant Loomis.
I would have never thought that.
His lines are great. He's the best actor in the bunch. Love it.
That's a very true and sad statement. When he's the best actor in the show. So I would say Sherilyn Fenn, but I'm going to go with just the whole idea, man. He's a cool looking entity that's just out for revenge. He stands there, he's cool, he's got the shotgun. It's got some good imagery, man. Some good car chase scenes. It's just a fun movie. I enjoyed going back and seeing it again.
Nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed it by the end of it as well.
Yep.
So
brings us up to your favorite, The Punisher.
The 1989 Dolph Lundgren Punisher. I have to make sure I give the caveat because there are so many since then. My top reason for watching The Punisher, you watch this scene and if you're hooked, then it's the right movie for you, is when the Yakuza attack the dock. The Yakuza attack the Italian crime lords and they they're throwing these balls that are spiked and they're killing the wise guys everywhere, and the Punisher comes down. It's just a fun superhero fight scene.
Yep. I'm taking it to the other end of the movie. I like where the Punisher goes in and he's fighting all the Yakuza at the end. That just brings it home. I love the opening of the movie. I think it's got a good, strong, where he's going and knocking some people off, but I really like the whole ending sequence. It's solid, man. Good movie.
Yeah.
So cool. Folks out there, if you want to, on the Facebook page, let us know what your favorite episodes are and what you like about them. This is all interactive, man. We're just doing this for fun. But it's been kind of cool going back and checking these out. And we're going to move right into something else here where we just talk about our favorite skits or whatnot that we've done on the show. So you guys know we enjoy doing all the commercials, all that good stuff. And going back to what we just talked about with Beastmaster is Danny doing Rip Torn, and I love that one. It goes like this.
People, you need to know the ways of R. You ask yourselves, how
How do I serve R? What do I give R? How do I sate R's bloodlust? Good news. There are 3 steps, and I, Mayax, will give them to you now. 1. Have babies. 2. Bring them to me, Mayax, the high priest of the Jun Horde, here at the Temple Pyramid. 3. Watch me throw them into the pit of fire. It's as simple as that, people. Want to be a Death Guard? Inquire with an acolyte. Remember, R wants your children.
The previous message is paid for by the Jun Horde LLC and does not reflect the beliefs or opinions of the Hail Ming Power Hour. Hail Ming.
Oh, that's a great one, man.
It's simple. You know, among my favorites, I've got to say, I love your Michael McDonald intro to the Quigley Down Under, where you did the synopsis as Michael McDonald sang about Baby CeeLo.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I forgot the ending part of it. Which I have to say, because of coming out of that in that episode, and you brought it up as well, but The Adventures of Baby CeeLo Green is one of my favorite things I've done. I've got it here too. He survived the outback, and now he's coming to America to right a wrong from long ago. Dingo Pictures presents The Adventures of Baby CeeLo Green. Come enjoy the fun with Baby CeeLo and his new caretaker, Uncle Snuff.
The dad blaming Baby CeeLo. You can't just go around and be a killing everybody. Now you just put down that knife.
You'll be wondering who's taking care of who.
The dad blaming CeeLo. You get down off that wagon, you're gonna catch a cold. And stop hitting that girl in the head with a hammer.
It's wild.
Baby CeeLo, you get off that end then.
It's fun.
Yeah, blame it, CeeLo, get off that train. Great goober-a-goo.
It's an adventure that pleases everyone.
No, Baby CeeLo, not the rocket launcher.
Don't miss The Adventures of Baby CeeLo Green, coming this August. Yeah, man, we're not right.
Well, speaking of people who aren't right, how about Johnny Krug's Bill Cosby synopsis for The Car?
Oh, let's see, where's that at? I've got it here.
I'm Bill Cosby, and today I'm talking about a movie called Christine, starring John Goodman and Ashton Kutcher. This movie is about a man who turns into a woman named Christine, and then is subsequently turned into a car. Zippity boppity zips. But the car is a super sexy car. Beautiful all the way from the wheels to the roofie. Oh, apparently my lawyers tell me I can't say the word roofie, so I guess I'll switch it with the word Rudy. Rudy! okay? But the movie's got a special cameo by me, myself, Bill Cosby. I play a man who helps women get back into their vehicles after they passed out from a long night of drinking. And Christine, obviously, is the vehicle played by John Goodman. That is there to zippity bop help me facilitate this. So I hope you enjoy this movie. It's directed by Karen Carpenter of The Carpenters and written by Martin Luther King.
So I'm looking at what we posted out there, first response, and saying, what are some of your favorite parts of the show? Jamie Miskell said that there are too many to pick from. You guys are such a wonderful and different show. Can't wait to see what you do next. So no real answer there. But Jason Gray said easily the single best moment is the Highlander burger ad from episode 10. That is a good one, man. And we got a sample of that too.
Welcome to Highlander Burger, where every meal is a prize. How can I help you today?
Where did this place come from? I drive by here every day, and this restaurant has never been here before. I was passing by, and I felt an urge to check it out.
There will come a time when many are drawn here for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They'll be gathering any minute.
I see the business is quickening. What do you have? Kurgan burgers?
Kurgan Burger is the special. For just $2 more, you can make it a combo. All you gotta do is say, just give me the fries for a large side and an ice-cold Zeist.
You lost me at Zeist.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
What? Are those two guys fighting?
It's the district manager's meeting. In the end, there can be only one.
Oh, the rim shot.
That rim shot's terrible. I've got several friends from high school that I probably need to throw out a. Well, we talked about Highlander and ice cold Zeist, and Highlander Burger came up when we were. I don't know, we were joking around, and I don't know who initially came up with it, but Charles Hunter, Peter Cameron,
Pete?
Mark Allison,
Mark.
Yeah, all of them were there, and we kind of. I didn't steal the premise because I don't think it was ever the written, but I just want to give them a shout out. Thanks, guys.
All right, so I'm reading on here. Ryan Niccolo says the farcical and the holiday special, hands down, are his favorite things. I know for a fact, though, he is a diehard fan of the Time Machine, which you hear all the time, but that's one thing that he always brings up, so that's cool. I love Dean Martin's reply. It just says ice hole.
Ice hole.
RJ McCready says Rick singing the Hail Ming Hawkman from the holiday special. And the Witch, our buddy the Witch, said that two of my top favorites was the Ninja 3 Domination episode and the adverts and Danny's shoehorning in of buy a bag, go home in a box on the popcorn episode. And we actually have the commercial that goes with both of those right here. So here's the one from Popcorn.
Hello? Is this where the tagline Omatic is sold? I've looked all over.
Yeah, doll. We sell them right here. Just put your plot in the microphone and let her rip with the perfect tagline. I'll demonstrate. Movie about a guy who sneaks around killing people in a movie theater. Popcorn. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
That's great. Can I test it out?
Sure, Toots.
Action and jungle. Lost treasure is sought by man and woman on the run.
Danger jungle. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
What? How is that a good tagline? It was just the same line as the first one.
Hey, you didn't say what kind of treasure. Could have been a bag of gold. And if they die, a coffin's a box.
Let me try again. Medieval fantasy, magical armies, and struggle against evil empire.
Magic sword. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
This is crap. I'm out of here.
Third one this week. Machine, what do you think the problem with these people is?
people problems. Buy a bag. Go home in a box.
Pure gold.
The music in the background makes it though, man.
I was just gonna say that the fun fact about that music, that is actual that is actual background music from Kmart. It's on like a cassette tape, reel to reel. Like I was looking up music to put in the background, and it was like 2 hours of Kmart music. And I still didn't use it because it was so perfect.
All right, so for Ninja 3, this is actually one of my favorite characters. And we just haven't developed it enough, or I don't know if enough people like it, but I love Reverend J.C. Winneman. I do. I love the character. And the guy singing in the background. So here's the one for Ninja 3. Evils abound, and the world is on fire. If you've been watching that devil box, then you've seen the latest attack for your very souls. Ninja possession. That's right, the devil put on his ninjutsu outfit and made that girl feel the wrath of the ninja star. Hello, folks. Pastor J.C. Winneman here. You may remember me as the preacher that saved that 10-year-old boy after being possessed by a sumo wrestler. And I cast him out into a pack of raccoons. And today, I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, the evil is back sixfold to destroy the world in which we live from day to day. But it can be turned around, for I have great news for you. Good news. Pastor J.C. Winneman is now the only certified ninja exorcist in the Tri-County. Gonna cast out a bad evil ninja. Woo! So if your loved one is dressed all in black, has a sword, listens to 80s pop music, and has a video game console in their house, give me a call and I will cast that evil ninja spirit out and throw it into a possum or something. Maybe a chicken, and then we'll fry that sucker. That's delicious. So don't delay and call. This is Pastor J.C. Winneman saying, change your ways before you set ablaze.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. What about the Pirate King workout?
It's a little long, but it's funny.
Hey there.
Let's see.
Are y'all muscles like a wet noodle? Is there too much barrel over your codpiece? Well, good news. The Pirate King is here to help with a Pirate King workout. That's right. Join us on the high seas, and soon you'll be ready to shiver her timbers or swab her decks. That's right. The bilge and the poop are there for you, my friend. Let's start now. Thrust, squat, thrust, squat, 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 punch, 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 punch. Feel the burn, yes. Squat, 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 squat. Lift, lift, jump, jump. Very good. You in the back. Work harder. Yes. Squat, squat, punch, punch, run, run, run in place, you fat lard butt. Yes. Soon you will be strong like the Pirate King, able to do 102 push-ups a day. Push up, down, Up, down, squat, squat.
He's really running them through it.
Squat, squat. Yes.
That's a lot of squats, man.
Yes. Lunge. Lunge like you're going to thrust that sword into an enemy. Squat, 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 squat. Push.
Oh, that's fun, man.
What about Daryl D.B. Cooper?
Well, that's good, but I want to go old school real quick. I want to go all the way back to the beginning because this is still one of my favorite ones, man. But it's this one.
Visit Scenic Crow, the planet you've never heard of. Book your trip today. Big mountains, no population. Visit Corwin's Palace, the Great Swamp, the legendary Emerald Palace. Volcanoes with undiscovered treasure. Do you like spiders? Thought you would. Check out the Cave of the Crystal Spider. The Black Fortress is just a Firemare ride away for now. So visit Scenic Crow and book your vacation today.
I love that one because it sounds like something you would hear on a late night show and some local made commercial, you know. It's great.
Well, we were just starting out.
Yeah, that was the first thing we did. And you did it on the spot. I mean, you took about 20 seconds and wrote it out. I put some music behind it. Bang! The start of a whole new idea. Yeah, Daryl D.B. Cooper, man. I thought that was fun. Here it is. From the hit movie April Fool's Day, Ralph Mouth Records is releasing the Lost soundtrack for the first time. Discovered by the hit podcast The Hell Ming Power Hour, it's the lost legacy of Daryl D.B. Cooper. Featuring the lost classic that everybody loves, The Man Without a Face.
You're with your baby, and you're on a boat, and the sun is hot, but your girlfriend's not really up for your games. That's a crying shame. Oh, but look out, he's the man without a face, and he's coming real close, don't wait. It's the man without a face, and it got ripped off by a boat.
I'm Daryl D.B. Cooper, and I am super thrilled that Ralph Mouth Records is releasing the April Fool's Day soundtrack. Matter of fact, I am so excited, I'm adding these extra songs just for you. Remember this one?
I can't stand the science guy.
I don't know what that means. I can't stand the science guy. Even though I've been gone for a while, it is fantastic to know that there are fans out there who still like the classics. Maybe you remember this one as well. It's an oldie but a goodie.
Welcome to my wheelchair. I think it's really fancy. I think you're gonna see it really rolls.
And I am thankful to my friends at the Hell Ming Power Hour for getting people interested in my music again. So I wrote this for them.
Bajillion Helming listeners, listen to a podcast, gonna be a good one. Andy Blockley's on it and he's talking about Commando. Bajillion Helming listeners,
So even though my brother has had bigger hits, we know where the real talent is. Buy it today. Get your copy of the Daryl D.B. Cooper classic, the April Fool's Day soundtrack, wherever you can find Ralph Mouth Records.
Oh, but look out, he's the man without a face, and he's coming real close, don't wait. It's the man without a face, and it got ripped off by a boat.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. It's amazing because you forget what you did in them after you go back and listen. You go, wow, I can't stand the science guy.
It's just like, I need to put something together, and I've got this idea, and you sit down and you bang it out, and then it's gone.
Now, we've had somebody to jump in and help do a lot. We got a lot of people that help with the show, do other things, and my buddy Jeremy Finch, or our buddy Jeremy Finch, Finch Dog, sends in things all the time, and we both love this one, and it was just perfect from the first time we heard it. So this is Allied Motors, one of his skits he did.
Howdy hi there, friends and neighbors. This is your old pal El Monte Slim telling you come on down to Allied Motors here in Overton. We got some out-of-side bargains down here on cars, and be sure to bring the kiddies too. We got free pony rides and lollipops for the little folks. Talking about suckers, look at this sucker over here. That's a 58 Plymouth Fury, Hellfire Red. She's got a few miles on her and a few dings and scratches over here on Well, she did have some damage. Looks to be A-OK right now. The radio is stuck on the oldie station, and the door locks sometimes work on their own, but other than that, she's a steal at $49.50. Got a personalized plate that says Christine. Someone done named this beauty. It can be yours today, so come on down to Allied Motors. We also just got this nice Ford van, black with red stripe. Looks as if someone has welded a battling ram to the front of it as well. Has a few bullet holes, but runs like a top. It can be yours for $42.50 today. We'll even throw in the gold chains hanging from the mirror. What do we have over here? Well, just traded in is a beautiful white Ford Bronco. Quick turnaround sale can be yours today for $37.50. Has monogram seats with the initials AC and looks to be a good vehicle for low-speed chases. And finally, now if you're looking for the car, my friends, this is the car for you. We got a blacked-out 1971 Lincoln Continental Mark III, flat black, tinted windows, and chrome bumpers and wheels. This beauty is built tough and would make a great Sunday driver. It can be yours for $4,000 today. Blood stains included free. We need these off the lot. Everything must go to make room for new inventory. You're probably wondering how to get here. Will you take any freeway and get off on the Washington cutoff? Go 57 miles to get to a north and a south? You don't want to go north, you stay south and head straight south till you come to a Tasty Freeze. Hang a ride and go 37 miles till you get to a Sinclair station. You go on that Sinclair station, walk right up to the counter and ask, where the hell am I? Come on out and see us today at Allied Motors.
That's great.
Yeah, it makes me look bad.
He makes us all look bad.
But yeah, that's great. I love the Allied Motors. It's perfect.
All right, I got one more commercial lined up, and it's
okay.
It's the table lifts.
Table lifts.
Hey, have you ever wanted to pump some iron with attitude, but you don't have the money or equipment? No problem. For almost $25, you can be trained by me, Greg Tolan. I can show you how to get the most potential out of your body without stepping foot in the gym. How is this possible, you say? Well, it's easy. Table lifts. That's right. You can use end tables, coffee tables, kitchen tables, and my personal favorite, lunchroom tables. You can pump up with any table and keep the money in your pocket. Can't find a table? No problem. Just pick up a nerd and do some reps. It's that easy. So get the total package, the Greg Tolan package. No pain, no gain. Call now. Yeah. You never know where inspiration's going to come from.
For almost $25.
All right, so let's talk about synopsis for a little bit. And you've been knocking them out of the park here lately, but I still say this is my favorite one, man. I got some. What?
I got some crap. I got some crappy ones.
This one's great, though.
Oh, hey, man. This is Tommy Chong, man. I'm here in the woods to talk to you about one of my favorite movies, man. I'm talking about Willow, man. It's the story of a guy who likes trees so much, they call him, you guessed it, Tree Man. Anyway, he moves into the forest and meets the chipmunks and muskrats and chimpanzees, man. And then a big old willow comes to him. And he's like, run for president, man. So he does, and he wins. Great movie, man. Good story.
You totally caught me so off guard with that one, man. It was great. So,
well, yeah.
I've got a little series of things here to go through, but my favorite thing, I guess, that happened in a show started off with Duncan, being our guest. And when you're talking about the Wild Boys, and everybody knows Duncan's laugh is just totally infectious, and he just cracks us up. So I've got a series of things to go through here with this. So this is from the episode where we covered Highlander. This is great. There you go.
Nice mic drop there.
Thanks. All right.
Okay, so true story about the video for Wild Boys. I had borrowed a pair of toy handcuffs at school from like a friend. It was one of the ones with the big like fake police handcuff key, and it had a little release latch. And I was playing with it like I was caught, and I was escaping from the handcuffs and watching the Wild Boys video on my television in my house. I jumped up on a table. I was swinging around the one unbuckled handcuff, and my sister walked in the house, and she gave me a look like, "The hell are you doing?" And I just said, "Wild Boys, man." Wild Don't die, Duncan. I'm sorry.
Oh, dear. Oh. It doesn't surprise me, actually.
I love that clip, which leads right into this next part. And the whole reason we started doing the synopsis and making them nothing like the movie was because of this clip right here.
The eyes in the back of your head. People are asking about you. What am I supposed to tell them? Simple. Tell them I'm immortal.
Now, hold on.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh yeah. I have a surprise synopsis for you.
Okay.
This is from Sheriff Pepper.
Sheriff J.W. Pepper here. Tell you about a movie called Highlander with Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert. It's about a Scottish helicopter pilot in competition to see who can land on the tallest building. The winner gets crowned a Highlander, and the man that loses gotta get his head chopped off in the whirly blades. These boys and their damn egos, apparently there can only be one. So sit back and enjoy what's basically the Scottish version of Top Gun. What's happening here? Is this thing on? Are you even listening to me, boy?
Highly
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Oh.
Andy sent me that the other day, and I was just cackling, man.
Was that Blockley?
That's Blockley, yeah.
Oh, wait till I speak to him. That was Andy. I love you to bits, but that was awful. He's been watching all James Bond. So bad, but so amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, Andy, well done, sir.
Is he like the wolf sheriff?
And because of that episode, we owe a big part of this show to Andy Blockley just doing something crazy like that. And I still say that's the best synopsis ever.
Oh, man. The Highlander.
It's great. So, one more thing. This is the last thing I've got, unless you can think of some more. You know, the Randy Newman thing came out of nowhere. I still don't understand how it blew up like it did, but my favorite Randy Newman thing is when we had Johnny Krug on, and it's the Howling synopsis. So I'm going to play it. We got our favorite musician, songwriter, Randy Newman.
Hi, I'm Randy Newman, and they asked me to come tell you about this little song. It's called The Howling. It came out back in 1981, and they say it's a horror movie. Boy, I love them horror movies, boy. The song goes like this. After the rebels have been brutally overpowered by the Empire on their new werewolf planet, Lycanthrope Skywalker takes advanced crochet training with Scott Baio. It is also directed by Spike Lee and stars Eddie Murphy and Shaka Khan. Werewolves all over the place, trying to get in your face. You better get back to Scott Baio's place. Well, that's the place to be. A werewolf with lightsabers, then that's cool, man. You gotta like Spike Lee. You gotta like Spike Lee.
Hey guys. After hearing that, I think I watched the wrong movie.
Yeah, I don't think I watched the same one either. But I will.
So that kind of changed Randy Newman's status forever, I guess.
Well, you know, it's popular, and it can go a lot of different places.
And we can't forget, you know, Mark Allison, you know, cranking out stuff for us, and Court Psyops has got some great stuff. And we've got so many that are not good. I think of, you know, Mr. T for Excalibur and stuff like that.
Oh. Well, and I did that terrible skit for Willow. Burgle Cut. That didn't come together.
So, you know, it's not always magic, folks. There is times when it falls a little flat. But hey, guys, you know, if you want to, you know, feel free to comment on these. What are your favorite, you know, skits, parts, whatever? You know, we just do this for just the sheer enjoyment of this show. All right, well, that leads us up to the best way I can think of ending this show is reflecting your thoughts, the listeners reflecting back on our show. So we got quite a bit of stuff here. Had several emails that were sent in, and I'm just going to start reading these out. By the way, thanks for all the kind words, and appreciate everybody listening. So here we go. This first one's from Jamie Miskell. It says, I found your podcast while listening to another podcast. Heard your clip, and then he said how great a show it was. I gave it a listen, and I am one happy girl. Growing up in the 80s, and a lot of these movies I grew up with, or in some case had forgotten about, and you brought them new life. I look forward to new episodes. You guys are so great, and you seem to have fun podcasting together. So congrats to you both on a fantastic podcast and 1 year anniversary. Can't wait to see what you guys have in store for us in 2017. Your loyal subject, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie, you know, it's good to know that our the acting that we do, where we pretend to like each other, is actually fooling people. No, thanks so much. That's great. That's what it's for, is bringing these things back up to the forefront, reminding you of things you may have forgotten about in your childhood, and nothing's better than hearing that that's working.
Yep. Glad you're getting that out of it, because we do it for the money, and that's the only reason we work together. And, even the Eagles got back together because of the money. So that's kind of how we roll. All right. This next one is from RJ McCready, our buddy that's been posting a lot on the page and stuff. So it says, "Hey guys, it's RJ. Just wanted to say hi from Outpost 31 and congratulate you for 1 year anniversary. Thanks for keeping the magic of the 80s alive."
The magic of the 80s, there's us and there's David Copperfield, and for sure we're better than him. Thanks a lot, RJ.
This next one's probably my favorite. This is from Trin T. Sutherland, and it basically says, "I wish I could make more people listen to your show. You're doing awesome. Hail Ming, Trin T. Sutherland." We wish we could get more people to listen too.
Yeah, you can vote twice. You just have to cross state borders, and it's totally legal.
But we appreciate it, man. And he's actually sent me some conversations of, man, he said, "I know people would love this if I could just make them understand what it was about." So keep trying, buddy.
Well, yeah, and bring it to us. If you find a place where you want us to try and advertise, we're trying to put the word out there. So if you know something we don't know, we're more than willing to travel along with you.
And as you've learned, we take your advice and just totally ignore it. So
not always true.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate you trying to get other people to listen to, because we're doing the same thing. We're trying to get people to listen. So you're in the same boat. Hail Ming.
We'll keep up the content. Thanks a lot, man.
So another cool guy, Stephen White, sent us a message. Says, "Hey guys, congrats on your 1 year anniversary. I had never taken the time to listen to a podcast, but I decided to give you two a shot. Here were two regular fellas shooting the breeze, discussing movies they had a real passion for. And these weren't the big budget movies we all know, but those hidden gems that often get overlooked. It made for a very interesting and engaging listen, one that I wanted to return to the next time. Not only did I return for each new show, you invited me into the illustrious throne room of Ming. That's right. And have made me feel welcome. Thank you for the hours of entertainment and allowing me to be a part of the Hail Ming family. Keep doing what you're doing, and I look forward to another great year. Hail Ming."
Man, it is getting really hard to be sarcastic about these comments coming in. It's so nice to hear these people are enjoying the show so much.
Yeah, man.
It's only been a year. It's really blowing my mind that it's only been a year. It seems like longer.
Yeah. Every show feels like it's 3 weeks worth of trying to get stuff together.
It seems like it's been forever. But those are, everybody says such nice things. I mean, it just makes me want to go out and put another show together. And man, it's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's the motivation, man. So that's why we do it. I mean, it's one thing to get to be goofballs and have fun, be creative. But if you don't have people listening, why else would you do it? So it's all about you folks. So we appreciate it.
We did it all for you, Damien.
Look up here, Damien. It's all for you. Speaking of Damien.
Nice.
We've got some messages that were recorded and sent to us. And we're going to kick this off with none other than our big buddy, The Witch. Let's hear what he's got to say.
1 year, man. 1 year. 1 year. 1 year of the Hail Ming Power Hour. Absolutely out of the blue in 2016. We were all amazed and entertained with some of the funniest and well-produced podcasts I have ever heard. Rik and Danny are two guys totally committed to delivering quality shows and pushing the envelope on every single show. Along with the show, there is one of the funniest and most contributive Facebook groups I've ever been a part of, which is truly amazing. So from the land down under, it's me, The Witch, saying buy a bag and go home in a box to celebrate an awesome first year anniversary, guys. Well done.
That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, Witch.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Be looking for his new show. It's coming out too, man. He's got a new podcast coming out. It's going to be, I believe, a daily show, and that's going to be pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, I think I have a sound clip here. The witch versus the doomsday clock.
Yeah, it
had that echo in it.
How did you find that? That's awesome.
Myself with a cardboard box and a pair of scissors.
All right, and as always, there's our buddy Matthew Tangent, who's always lighting up our page as well with a bunch of stuff. Funny guy, very creative, and he sent us a pretty interesting message as well.
Hello? Is this thing like on? Beavis, turn that crap off.
Yeah.
We just wanted to say, you guys don't suck and stuff.
Yeah, they rule.
Shut up, Beavis. I'm trying to tell them they're cool. Yeah, keep up the programming and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like fire. Like cool, like fire.
Yeah. Shut up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was great, Beavis. Of course, Butthead talks more, so it's a little hard to nail it. But man, that was good. It took me back.
But he's always doing crazy stuff for us as well, so he's a lot of fun. So looking forward to another year of his craziness as well.
And again, he's got a Facebook page, the Way of the Nerd.
Right.
So check that out if you like our stuff, and I'm sure that you mesh with him, and we'll all add to making everything better together.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of similarities of the stuff that he likes that he carries on his page that's happening a lot on ours as well. So it's a good marriage.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So jumping from that, my good friend Darren Wilson sent us one as well. Rock and roll. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's your friend Darren over at the Psychosemantic Podcast. I just wanted to say happy 1 year to you, Ricky and Danny. Can't believe it's only been a year that the juggernaut of the Hail Ming Power Hour has been upon us, but
juggernaut.
You guys just keep getting better. Wanted to stop by real quick and say thanks and happy birthday. You guys have a big fan. I don't know how he got my number or I got his number, but he would not leave me alone until I let him record a message. So I'll go and I'll let him finish it out. But thanks, guys.
Hey, Rik and Danny. This is your friend Arnold. I blew my cover out to say happy 1 year. That is no girly number, but it is more girly than 2. So, I'll get going.
So
wow, Arnold.
Yeah. So a big problem that I know that to ourselves we say it all the time. What have we started? You got all these guys that are serious and great at what they do, and they come on our show and become complete idiots, and I love it.
You blew my cover. That's great, man.
Yeah, man, he's great. And his new show is fantastic as well. And just getting going. I think he's got 2 episodes out. So wishing him the best of luck as well. And man, just appreciate you being a part of this and carrying the torch, buddy. Keep it going.
Yeah, I think just today he invited me to do a Enemy Mine episode with him. I'll have to jump on that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I posted the poster of it and he was like, "Hey, I was going to do Enemy Mine. If you want to come on." I was like, "Yeah, when do you record?" So it has begun.
I just wonder if he can handle the loo.
Man, nobody can handle the loo, but we can at least talk about them.
That's right. All right, another buddy that's got a podcast that's just kind of getting going is Joe Parker. Super cool dude as well. He sent us a little message, and it goes a little something like this.
Hey guys, Joe Parker here. Forgive all the background noise. I'm currently calling in from work, which seems to be a running theme for me with these kind of things. But also, too, I'm sorry I got this in so late. The last couple weeks have just really gotten away from me. But happy birthday on the show. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. 1 year, that's freaking awesome. I'm listening to the Punisher episode, actually, as I record this, and you screwballs are cracking me up. This has been a great show. I'm looking forward to another year of it. And happy birthday. Great job, guys.
Super cool guy, man.
I mean, the Punisher episode, too. If he's listening to that right now, it's in for a treat. It's a great episode.
Yeah, we had a good time with that one, man. So, but yeah, man, Joe really made me rethink the quality of our audio with the mics and stuff. Man, his mic sounds incredible when you hear it on his show. So I tip the hat to him, man. He does a great job on the production and his show. So I had to rethink some things. So I appreciate that, Joe. All right, we got one more, then we'll let you folks go. I'm not for sure who sent this in, but it's really good. So so here we go. Here's Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, hello there, dearie. This is you, Virginia Doubtfire here, and I'm recording a special little message to my two favourite American podcasters, Danny and Ricky, over at the Hail Ming Power Hour. For those that don't know, I'm a 78-year-old widowed Edinburgh woman who now resides in America, and the way I get all my knowledge about what you Yanks do over here on this side of the pond is by listening to the Hail Ming Power Hour. In between being a hip-hop granny that can bebop, dance to you drop and yo-ho, make a wicked cup of cocoa, I like nothing better than having a warm cup of tea and a slice of cake and listen to Danny and Ricky talk about some fantastic movies that were out when I was still a pensioner. That's how old I am, dearie. I'm an old woman all the way from Edinburgh. All I want to say is you keep doing the fantastic work, and in between sweeping houses and dancing to Aerosmith's Dude Look Like a Lady, I'll be listening to your show. All the best, dearies. Take care. Bye. Toodaloo.
Oh.
I have no idea who that is. Do you?
I have a guess, but it's wrong. So wrong.
If in any way, form, or fashion you don't know who that is, Duncan McLeish, our buddy, he's one of the main people that even got us starting the wheels rolling on this machine, and I can't thank him enough. But it's been neat to see the crazy side come out of him as well, and man, he's a blast to work with, and really knows his stuff. And you know, I say it all the time, we owe him a lot as far as just getting this thing going and answering my questions of how things work. And I'm just so thrilled that he even takes the time to be a part of our show. So appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, he's fun too. Like you said, he knows his stuff. He's fun to talk to. He's super nice.
So yeah, man.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, hello, dearies. Oh, so yeah, man. Podcast Under the Stairs. You've heard us talk about it all the time. It's super awesome. You got to check it out. But man, we appreciate all you guys, all your messages, all your notes. My favorite one, though, I didn't get to mention it. I put a note out there saying, you know, hey, it's your last day to send in messages. And my buddy Duffy Woodruff said 2 words, Logan's Run. So I guess he was requesting a movie, but I'll take that as something good. So I just love that. But hey, we love the interaction with all you folks on the page. It's super fun. We're looking forward to a new year, and we got a lot of surprises in store for you folks. So just hold on with us, and let's just have a wonderful year.
Yeah, congratulations on having a whole year of us and a whole year coming up.
All right, so from us to all of you, we thank you very much. Hope you have a good time, and just stay with us. If you got any recommendations for anything, make sure you let us know, and we'll make sure we ignore them like always.
Farewell.
It's so
goodbye,
hard
everybody.
to say goodbye. Ciao.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Open fire!
We are going to empty your memory.
Demon of the Black.
We are going to empty your memory.
Demon of the Black.
Should we stop the torture?